Hello and welcome to H. Greg Lux. Here I have a 2021 Corvette Stingray 1LT. This car came with a clean Carfax report and it has one previous owner. What I'm going to do in this video for you is I'm going to show you around the car. We're going to take a look at it to see if there's any kind of damage, including scratches, dents, chips, or anything else. Here at H. Greg Lux, we want to be as transparent as possible and give you total peace of mind. So if there's anything you need to know about this car, we will let you know. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go panel by panel, checking out the vehicle, and we're gonna start right here with the front bumper. Front bumper's looking good. I'm not seeing any kind of damage. What about the hood? The hood is in excellent condition as well. Now we can move on to the driver's side of the vehicle, starting with this fender. Fender looks perfect. What about the wheel itself? And again, I'm not seeing any sort of damage. There's no sign of curve rash. This wheel is in perfect condition. Now we can move on right here to the door on the driver's side. And again, we just want to know if there's any sort of damage, any scratches, any chips, or any other kind of damage. This door panel is in excellent condition. What about this fender in the back? Looks perfect. Now to the wheel. And just like the first one, this one is in perfect condition as well. Again, I'm not seeing any sort of damage. Now we can move on right here to the back. We're taking a close look all around the vehicle. Again, we want to know if there's any sort of damage. Rear bumper looks perfect. What about the rear hood? And once again, I'm not seeing any sort of damage. We can now move on to the passenger side, and we're going to start with this fender in the back. Looking good. What about the wheel? And again, there's no sign of curve rash or any other type of damage. This wheel is in perfect condition, just like the last two. Now we can move on to the door panel. I'm not seeing any kind of damage. Let's move on to the last fender. And I can safely say that the exterior of this vehicle is in excellent condition overall. I'm not seeing any kind of damage. What about the last wheel? And just like the last three, this one is in perfect condition. There is no sign of damage. Now we can move on to the interior of the vehicle, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the seat. We're going to check the leather. We want to know if there's any sort of wear and tear, any sort of damage. The only thing I notice, if anything, is just some minor wear and tear right here on the side. But overall, the seat's in excellent condition. Now let's move on to the door panel, where again, we just want to know if there's any kind of damage to the leather, any sort of scratches, tears. I'm not seeing any kind of damage at all. This door panel is in excellent condition as well. Now we can move on to the other side of the vehicle, the passenger side, and we're going to do the same thing. We're first going to take a look at the seat, and we're going to check to see if there's any sort of wear and tear, any sort of damage. Everything's looking good. This seat's in perfect condition, and we can move on to the door panel. Again, just like we did with the other side, we want to know if there's any sort of damage. I'm not seeing anything at all. This door panel is in perfect condition as well. Now, something I do want to mention right now is that this car comes with an owner's manual, as you can see right there on the screen, and 2 sets of keys. Now with the car on, I want to show you a couple things. The first of which is the mileage of this vehicle. As you can see on the left side of the dashboard, this car has 464 miles. The other thing I want to show you is that this car comes with a backup camera, as you can see right here on the screen. And now I want to go ahead and show you the condition of the steering wheel, so let's take a look. We want to know if there's any tears, any scratches all around the leather, any sort of damage. Everything's looking perfect. What about the buttons? We want to know if there's any scratches on them. This side looks perfect. What about the other side? And this side looks perfect as well. Now let's move on to the mid-console. Again, we want to know if there's any sort of damage, like scratches to the screen, to the knobs, the buttons, to the leather, or to anything else. I'm not seeing any sort of damage. The mid-console and the steering wheel are in perfect condition. We can now take a look at the trunk in the front of the vehicle, and we just want to know if there's any sort of wear and tear along the sides or along the floor of the trunk. As you can see, there's no kind of damage at all. This trunk is in excellent condition. Now, before we finish off this video, we can take a look at the rear trunk and the engine. Let's start with the trunk. Again, we just want to know if there's any sort of wear and tear along the sides or along the floor of the trunk. And as you can see, just like the first one, this one is in excellent condition and very well kept. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the engine. We just want to take a quick look. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to contact one of our representatives here at H. Greg Lux.